purpose of this quick video is to show some features of a Twitter tool I have been playing with. The purpose is kind of an unthrottled live Twitter search to help surface interesting and or funny tweets. Kind of something that can help find these needles in the tweet stack, so to speak. So I'm going to talk about a few of the features of this. First, it's connecting to the Twitter streaming API and with whatever custom search terms one wants to use. In this case, I'm using Trump because there's always a lot of chatter going on about it. But you can use it for any search terms that might be related to some breaking news event, some sporting event, an ongoing TV show. For example, I'm going to use it tonight for the Grease live show, which should be pretty fun. You can have, I think, up to about 400 search terms that the Twitter API will let you send. There's a timeline kind of showing the graph of how many tweets per second are occurring. And again, this is for Trump, so there's usually a good bit of chatter going on, which can kind of give an idea of general activity. And lets you see big bursts. I mean, the scale will adjust when there's a burst of tweets. There are three main columns here that are having information kind of thrown at it automatically. First is this list of tweets to read. These are being shown at about 1 per second. You can adjust that. But the idea is to throw tweets out at about as fast as you could possibly read them. The funny coloring here is something that I've seen done by a company called Beeline for reading comprehension. Basically, you rotate the colors from red to black to blue to black back to red over and over. And it kind of helps your eyes find the lines in bodies of text. And they're using it in an educational context, and I'm trying it here for the point of view of trying to help be able to read the tweets faster. So these are coming at about as fast a rate as you can read. You can adjust it in the settings, and it will stop or pause when you put the mouse over it. The third column here is using the speech API to speak the tweets, and it's speaking them at about a rate that's as fast as it can do it, where you can understand it. So it's not doing every tweet; it just tries to say it, and then when it's finished saying one, reads the other. I mean, there's some little nitty-gritty issues going on with the speech API, but that's the bottom line. It can be a lot of fun actually to hear the funny gems coming out. A lot of times from people with very few followers that would have been hard to catch or to find. You might notice I'm also including the number of followers, just because that seemed interesting. Sometimes you want to see a lot of people that may have, if it has a lot of followers or not. It's kind of interesting to include. I'm also including whether or not the account is verified, which can be useful in some contexts, just to see if somebody, I guess, quote, important or whatever, tweeted something. The third part, which is where the area of most of the development's going right now, has to do with reading every single tweet and trying to pick out automatically potential, quote, interesting tweets. This is using some standard machine learning stuff right now to try to do this. It starts with the first tweet and then accumulates this body of tweets and then computes an interest score relative to what it's seen so far to decide whether it should show it to be looked at more carefully. You can adjust this interest score to here. Now the fourth column is for tweets that you've, quote, picked, and you can pick any one of these tweets by just clicking on it. So for example, here's a tweet. You click on it and it brings in the styling for the tweet from Twitter itself, and then you can go look at it in more detail, use it in a story or whatever. You can retweet, like it, or whatever. So that's the those are the basic properties, features of this little tool I've been playing with. It actually is a lot of fun to use for certain events. Um, it's pretty interesting, and I'm interested to see where this goes because it's a lot of fun to play with and work on and develop as well. And that's it.